Okay, so in this tutorial we're going to look at using a mask, and we're going to do that by creating a background on a skateboard. So on the Google Classroom, or you can just Google a skateboard template, I have linked a JPEG, so you can right click and hit copy that. And then you're going to open up Photoshop. So for you guys, it's going to be the round Windows button down here. You're going to click it, you're going to hit all programs, Photoshop will pop up, you're going to click on that. We'll open up Photoshop. Then we're going to go File, New. You're going to make sure you want to go to Print, Letter Size Paper, Create. So because I've already copied this image, I can hit Control V on my keyboard and it'll paste. Now I'm seeing it's not a very high resolution. I'm going to hold Alt and Wheel in, but I'd kind of like it bigger. So I wonder if I can download it instead. I don't know why it won't let me download it. Strange. Usually you'll give an option up here to download. So to make it bigger, I guess we're just using it as an outline, so it'll be fine. I'm going to hit Control T and hold the corner. Now I'm going to hold Shift on my keyboard at the same time so that I don't get a really weird, fat, wonky shaped skateboard. Once it's the size that I want, I'm going to hit Enter. Okay, so now here's my skateboard. I'll zoom in. Okay, it's not too pixelated. So now you're going to want to find a background for your skateboard. So you can either do a whole bunch of stickers, but to do a mask, we're going to put a layer on underneath first. So I'm going to look up wood grain texture images. And I'm going to find, maybe I want it high quality, so I'm going to hit Tools, Size, larger than 2 megapixels. I think gray could be cool for the back of a skateboard. Click that image. Let's see if they're going to make me download it for the full resolution, or if I can just, there we go. Right click, copy. Minimize that. So now to paste in Photoshop, I'm going to hit Control V. If you're using a Mac, it's Command V. So now I have this guy. So I'm going to make it the same size as my skateboard, and I want to spin it so that the wood grain is up and down. So I'm going to hit Control T, hover into the corner here, and grab the corner. Now if I hold Shift, it's going to let me rotate this in 15-degree increments instead of all willy-nilly. So I want it completely up and down, and then I let go of Shift, and then I'm going to stretch it to be about the size of my skateboard. I'll hit Enter to accept the size. So now I'm going to need to create a mask. So I'm going to take this layer 2 that I'll name, let's name it. I'm going to double click and we'll name it wood grain. And layer 1 is my skateboard outline. Okay, so you're going to take the wood grain and bring it underneath the skateboard outline. Awesome. So now we're going to use the magic wand tool, which is the fourth one down. Press and hold and make sure you have the magic wand. Make sure you're on the skateboard outline layer. And I'm just going to delete the white around it because I don't need that. Okay, so now Control D to deselect. So now a mask isn't as tricky as you'd think it is. It's like cutting out a hole in a piece of paper and then putting that paper over top of something else. So all that you can see is what's behind that hole that you've just cut, but we're going to do it over the computer. So I have to tell the computer what I want to show through. So I'm going to hit Wand, and I'm going to hold Shift so that I can select all the chunks of the back of the skateboard here. Okay, so now I have this shape, but I don't want this to go away yet. I want to select the wood grain layer, and then right down here there's a little square with a hole in it, add layer mask. So I'm going to click that. So now you can kind of see this weird black and white sort of sub layer, and that's your mask. But I can't see anything because my skateboard still has that white background. If I click it off, you can kind of see that shape. So I'm going to go back to my skateboard outline using my magic wand, select that white shape and hit delete. So what's showing through is that wood grain. Control D to deselect, V for my cursor. So now I have this mask. So what happens if I decided that I wanted to make my, I don't know, my wheels this wood as well? So I would go back to my skate outline, W for wand, I would delete the white there. But nothing's showing yet because I didn't tell my mask layer that I wanted the wheel shape to show through. So I'd go to my wood grain, click this weird little black and white part here, and now you're going to hit B for brush. And the only colors you're ever going to need to use when you're painting, when you're adding or taking away to a mask, is black or white. So black is going to hide more. See how I can kind of see that change there? Because I'm hiding more. And then white, if I just hit the little switch button there, is going to kind of cut out more holes in my mask. So if I wanted my wheels to be made out of wood as well, I would just tell my mask, yep, cut it. But then if I decide, hey, that looks silly, I want that to be covered up again, I would just go back and have the black brush, and that's going to fill my mask in again so that it's hiding that part, which I will do because I do not want wood wheels. That would be weird. Okay, so that's how you use mask. And it's a nice way to not destroy the picture behind it. For example, if I grab that layer, I'm lying to you. Yeah, if I grab this layer, I could kind of move it around. I could also add to the wood if I wanted to make it bigger. I would just click my mask, B for brush, go to white, and say, hey, show me more of that background picture. And there it is. It's there. I didn't destroy it. I didn't delete it. It's still there. So I'm going to hit step backwards, which is Control Z. And now I have my skateboard. So I can add maybe some text to it. I do not know what you would put on a skateboard, but we'll try it out. Let's make it black. Okay, so I'm going to hit Control T to spin it, make it bigger. Once it's the size I want, I'm going to hit Enter. So now another thing I want to show you is the blending layer, or a blending option rather. So this layer is just simply over top of my wood grain. Okay, super easy, whatever. But there's ways to make it blend with the underneath layers. And so if you see this thing that says normal right here, that means it's just sitting right on top of the wood. Okay, normally nothing's changed. But if you click into this normal menu, you're going to see that there's a whole bunch of options here. So if I hit dissolve, I can kind of see it's gotten a little shaky around the edges. Then it goes to darken. Okay, nothing's changed. Multiply, burn. And it's going to depend on what's going on behind that layer in regards to what your top layer does with it. So that's kind of cool. It kind of looks like it's a stamp. That's too light. Nothing is changing. So I'm going to go back to overlay. That overlay option right there. I really like that. So now it kind of looks like a stamp. So then maybe I could add some more color here. Let's paint the wheels. So I'd go to my outline layer, and I'd use my magic wand, and I'm going to hold shift to select all the wheels at once. And now I'm going to create a new layer, and I'll name it Wheels Painted. And then I'm going to hit B for brush, and I will select a color. Let's make our wheels purple. And you're just going to color it in. And because you use the magic wand to just select those shapes, the computer is coloring in the lines for you. So then I'm going to hit Control D to deselect, and there are my wheels. Now you can go into blending or layer styles here And maybe let's add something to it. We could add, do you think satin? No, that looks silly. Let's add an inner shadow maybe. That kind of looks cool. That looks like it could be a wheel. I like that one. Just kind of play around until you like it, and then you hit OK. So there, now I have wheels, and then you can continue on decorating your skateboard however you like. Huzzah! Make sure to save. Put it on your desktop. Name it skateboard. Save. Yes. And then you're going to want to click and drag that. Not the sticker. We want skateboard. Click and drag that guy into your Google Drive. Oh, mine is really zoomed in. Okay, so I would go into my design folder. Take this dude. Click and drag it. Once it says uploaded, you are golden. Good to go.